Welcome to Beyond the Paradigm. I am your host, Paul. I just wanted to address an issue that's not being covered in the media, which is going to affect every single person. So at the moment in the media, obviously you're going to see the story regarding Israel and Gaza. Sometimes they'll bring up Ukraine situation again. But one thing that's not being talked about, which is going to affect every single person, is central bank digital currency. Now, the European Union has recently developed a digital wallet, and they have come out and said that in this digital wallet there needs to be something to put in it, which is going to be a digital euro. Outside of the EU, which will affect myself and people living in the UK, the Bank of England has also been looking into their own central bank digital currency, obviously the digital pound. Now, why do I mention these central bank digital currencies? Well, the point of them is that they're centralized, therefore they can be controlled by the central banks. And one of the dangers of this is that they can monitor what you're spending your money on, but most importantly, these currencies are programmable. Now, they're going to tell you they're not. They're going to tell you, it's going to make things easier and the way that people are spending money has changed. And obviously that's true. A lot of people now don't use cash and they're using card payments, or they use the phone because they have the Apple Pay or GPay, whatever it is, and people find this more convenient. But the problem with all that is none of the transactions are private. They can monitor everything you're doing. For example, some of the banks now are carbon scoring people. You can go on, check with your own bank whether they're doing this, and they're giving people a carbon score. Now, I pay cash. When I go on and check my bank account, I'm producing no carbon. Reason being is that all my transactions are cash. They don't know what I'm using my money for. Now, that's not because, I want to hide things because I'm a criminal, because that's what they will say to us. They will say, well, obviously criminals deal in cash and criminals use Bitcoin, and these are the tactics that they're going to use now. They're going to push these things on us and saying that, Bitcoin, and they're going to demonize Bitcoin. They're going to demonize these other digital currencies, and they'll obviously talk about how cash isn't really convenient, and obviously we see banks disappearing from the high street. But the point of it all is this: they want to control everything. Digital currency will become a reality. But what I would encourage people to do is look into central bank digital currency. One thing I would say is that the Bank of England have actually said that the amount of digital pounds initially is going to be restricted, the amount you can hold. So we can see straight away they can restrict your actual amount that you hold, and they're saying that obviously this will only be a temporary thing. Well, one of the other things that could come into play is when you link this up with the climate agenda that is being pushed upon us, your central bank digital currency is programmable. Therefore, if you're not being respectful of the climate and you're eating too much meat, or you've been putting too much petrol in your car, you may find when you come to use your central bank digital currency that it doesn't work, because for that particular week you've used enough fuel or you've eaten enough meat. And obviously doing these things is bad for the environment, and this is what they're telling us. There's a sinister motive behind all this, and it leads deeply down into the rabbit hole. And when I say deep down the rabbit hole, that is exactly what I mean. Now I'm going to read a portion from the Bible, and this is ultimately where this is all leading to. I'm not saying that central bank digital currency is the mark of the beast, but let's read Revelation chapter 13 verses 16 and 17. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Now we know that the Bible says that the number is 666, but the point is that the technology is already there. I've seen videos online of a young lady paying for something with her hand, so she had some kind of implant in her hand. The reality is that central bank digital currency is just another step towards this ultimate control of this mark of the beast, that the Bible says all who don't receive this, everybody who doesn't have it, that's everybody that won't be able to buy or sell. Contemplate that as a reality.